This young girl seems to have something special to say. She takes her time, carefully writing a note, but when it comes to handing it over, she hesitates. Maybe she's nervous about breaking protocol or unsure if the guard will accept it. For a moment, she steps back, reconsidering her decision. But then, gathering courage, she approaches the guard again and finally offers the note. To her surprise, the guard doesn't ignore it. He gently takes the note and even gives her a warm smile. A rare and touching moment between a soldier and a civilian. What do you think was written on that note? This special young boy, accompanied by his mother, approaches the royal guard with a special gift, carrots for the horse. But before offering them, he does something truly respectful. He asks for permission. The guard, maintaining his composure, nods in approval, allowing the boy to feed the horse. As the boy enjoys this precious moment, his mother does something unexpected. She discreetly places a note in the guard's boot, a silent gesture of appreciation. However, the note slips to the ground. Without hesitation, she returns and carefully places it again, ensuring it stays. This simple yet touching moment shows the kindness and respect that some visitors bring to the royal guards. While the guards remain stoic in their duty, moments like these remind us of the unspoken human connection that still exists. As this little girl walks past the guard with her dad, something adorable happens. The guard, usually known for his strict discipline, subtly waves his fingers to say goodbye. The girl notices and happily waves back, adding an innocent flying kiss to the moment. For a second, the guard breaks his serious stance, and a soft smile appears on his face. A rare sight that proves even the toughest soldiers have a warm side. As this curious little girl approaches the royal horse, an unexpected accident occurs. The horse accidentally bumps into her face. Startled, she bursts into tears. But what happens next is something special. The horse immediately changes its posture, almost as if feeling guilty for the mishap. Understanding the situation, the girl's father gently encourages her to try again. With the guard's permission, they return to the horse. This time, the horse remains completely still, patiently waiting. The father interacts with the horse, and in a beautiful moment, the horse subtly gestures as if inviting the girl back. However, still a bit shaken, she hesitates to approach. But this touching moment proves that even animals can show kindness in their own way. At first, this mother and her son were just posing for a photo with the guard. But then, the mother makes a big mistake. She grabs the horse's reins. The guard politely asks her multiple times to let go, but she ignores him, treating it as if it's no big deal.
Hold the reins!
However, when the guard finally raises his voice, she panics and quickly steps back in shock. This tourist thought he could stand where the king's guard was stationed, but he was about to learn a harsh lesson. The guard was carrying out his duty with complete discipline, ignoring the constant distractions from tourists. Many came too close, but he remained composed. However, one man crossed the line. He stepped right into the guard's designated spot. Without hesitation, the guard forcefully pushed him back, sending a clear message: "Do not interfere with the guard's duty." The push was so strong that the tourist's phone slipped from his hand, crashing to the ground. This was a perfect example of why the king's guard should always be respected. At first, the young man took a selfie, standing way too close to the guard. Surprisingly, the guard remained calm, ignoring the intrusion. But then, the tourist did something completely disrespectful. He turned back and touched the guard's nose, treating him like some kind of statue. That was the final straw. The guard immediately snapped into action, yelling at the tourist and forcing him to retreat. This couple thought the king's guard would stop for their photo. As the guards marched in perfect formation, this couple casually stepped right into their path, assuming they could take a quick photo. But the king's guard doesn't stop for anyone. Without hesitation, the guard loudly commanded them to move, forcing the couple to scramble out of the way. Two teenagers approached the king's guard with a plan to mimic them in the most disrespectful way. The boy got down on all fours like a horse, while the girl, dressed in a fake guard uniform, sat on his back, posing for photos. While they laughed at their own joke, the guards remained unfazed, standing firm in their duty. But the real question is, should traditions and discipline be mocked for entertainment? What do you think? In a shocking display of disrespect, A woman approached the guard and repeatedly lifted her jacket, pretending to flash him. It seemed like she was desperate to break the guard's composure. But true to his training, the guard stood like a statue, completely ignoring her antics. Despite her repeated attempts, she got no reaction at all. This moment proved that the King's Guard's discipline is unshakable, no matter how ridiculous the behavior around them. This King's Guard did something truly heartwarming for a special child. As a young child in a wheelchair approached the King's Guard, he carefully reached out to stroke the horse from a safe distance. Seeing this, the guard gently moved his horse forward, allowing the child to get closer and interact freely. For a few precious moments, the child happily bonded with the horse before moving on. A small act of kindness that made a big difference in this young visitor's day. Holding a small speaker in his hand, this tourist played loud music and started dancing strangely right next to the guard. Maybe he thought he could distract the disciplined soldier or make him react. But the guard remained completely unfazed, standing firm as if the man didn't even exist. Even the horse ignored him. Eventually, the police stepped in and removed him from the area. Some people will do anything for attention, but should such antics be tolerated near disciplined forces? What do you think? This young man approaches the Royal Guard, just like any other tourist, posing for a quick photo. But what he does before leaving is truly heartwarming. Instead of just walking away, he bows his head in deep respect toward the guard, a rare and meaningful gesture. Surprisingly, the woman standing nearby notices this act and follows his lead, showing her own appreciation for the guard's discipline and dedication. As the police stop to chat with Frank, the soldier, all the nearby tourists turn their attention toward them. Frank gently interacts with the beautiful horse, showing his admiration.
Oh, lucky you.
And as the officers prepare to leave, they give Frank a friendly goodbye, creating a simple yet wholesome moment. This young boy always dreamed of standing beside a King's Guard. His father reminds him, "Stay respectful, don't touch, and don't get too close." They pose for the photo, maintaining a safe distance, just as expected. But then, the unexpected happens. The guard steps forward, closing the gap to ensure the boy gets the perfect picture. For a moment, discipline meets kindness. The boy's face lights up, and as they walk away, he softly says, "Thank you." A small gesture, but a memory that will last forever. A truly touching moment when a disabled man approaches on his wheelchair. The guard immediately turns his horse towards him. It's a small yet powerful gesture, showing that even in their strict discipline, these guards recognize and acknowledge people with special needs. This is why respecting the guard's path is so important. As the guard marches forward, a tourist unknowingly blocks his way. Without stopping, his sword scabbard gets caught in the woman's bag, tearing it open and sending her belongings tumbling to the ground. It's a clear reminder, these guards are not here for entertainment, they are on duty. As the guard returns to his post, he finds a crowd standing right in his way. Despite the clear rules, people remain in place, seemingly unaware or unwilling to move. The guard patiently waits for them to step aside, but only after a moment of hesitation do they finally clear the path, allowing him to take his position. It's surprising how often tourists ignore basic etiquette around the Royal Guards. As this woman approaches the guard, something unexpected happens. The horse gently turns its head toward her, bringing its face close to hers. For a moment, they seem completely in sync, standing quietly together. It's rare to see such a calm and trusting interaction between a Royal Guard's horse and a tourist. As this woman confidently poses next to the guard, the horse decides to have a little fun of its own. Out of nowhere, it grabs her purse with its mouth and refuses to let go. The woman tries to pull it back, but the horse seems determined to keep its prize. This horse is visibly uncomfortable as loud noises from nearby protesters echo around. Despite the guard's efforts to keep it calm, the horse seems restless. Its body language shows clear signs of distress. Horses are highly sensitive to their surroundings, and sudden loud sounds can be overwhelming for them. A rare and heartwarming moment when the armed forces arrive at the Horse Guards parade. Both the Royal Guards and the armed forces come together for a memorable photo. Despite their different roles, their shared dedication to duty creates a powerful image of respect and camaraderie. What are your thoughts on this incredible moment? Let us know in the comments.